In an era where urban mobility faces mounting pressure from congestion, environmental concern, and a rising commuter expectation, Zurich stands out as a global benchmark for intelligent transport innovation. As Switzerland's largest city, Zurich has transformed its surface transport system through strategic investment in intelligent transport system (ITS), integrating digital technologies to enhance efficiency, sustainability, and user experience. So, this case study explores how Zurich's multimodal transport network, spanning tram, buses, boats, and rails, leverage ITS applications such as a real-time passenger information, traffic signal prioritization, and a centralized control system center. By adopting the principle of traffic evaporation and discouraging private car use, Zurich demonstrates how city can reimagine mobility through smart infrastructure and policy alignment.
Hi, my name is Nurafa. I will talk about question number one. So, before we start this case study, we need to know that this case study is about Zurich's transport system, or we know it as ITS. ITS is Intelligent Transport System. So, for the question one, they talk about we need to identify another tourist country or in city that has multimodal intelligent transport system. So, our group is choosing Tokyo as another example for this transportation system in Tokyo, Japan. So, before we started with question one, we need to know a little bit about Zurich. Zurich, it is a well-known tourist destination in Switzerland. Zurich, in the city, they use advanced multimodal ITS, or known as Intelligent Transport System, that can help especially their citizens and tourists that come to the city. Also, Zurich Airport is the largest airport in Switzerland that handle over 29 million passengers per year. So, and as we know that Zurich metropolitan area population is around 1.8 million people, and Zurich, they was popular with efficiency public transport routine, especially for local. They known as their zero weight traffic light for buses or train, and they had strict schedule control that they cannot be early 30 seconds or cannot be late 1 minute, and they also have 4,000 or more traffic sensor for the monitoring this transportation. And Zurich is a country that friendly for the transportation services.
Tokyo is one of the world's most popular tourist destinations, and it relies on a very advanced intelligent transport system (ITS) to manage its huge population and heavy travel demand. With around 37.8 million people living in the Tokyo metropolitan area, the city must use smart technology to keep transportation smooth and efficient. Tokyo also has two major international airports like Haneda and Narita, which together handle about 1 to 5 million passengers every year. Because of this massive number, ITS is extremely important to help manage airport transfers, public transport movement, and city traffic. Tokyo's transport strengths include extremely punctual trains, a dense network of buses, railways, and monorails. Simple IC card payment systems like Suisha and Pasmo, and real-time information that helps manage crowds and reduce congestion.
So, to answer this question number 1, we need to compare and contrast between these two systems. There is Zurich ITS and also Tokyo ITS. And I will talk about the comparison first. So, both cities use many types of transportation. There is train, buses, tram, taxis, and also bicycle. And some of them, and they are connect effectively. And for the smart technology or ITS, Zurich and Tokyo are both use ITS as GPS trafficking, and for the real-time information, automated announcement, and also traffic sensor.
Both Tokyo and Zurich strongly emphasize sustainability in their transport systems. This means they encourage people to use public transport, walk, or cycle instead of driving private cars. By doing this, both cities aim to reduce traffic congestion, cut down air pollution, and create a cleaner, healthier environment. Their transport systems are designed to be efficient, convenient, and environmentally friendly, making it easier for residents and visitors to travel in a greener way. In addition, both cities are highly tourist-friendly. They offer clear and easy-to-read signboards, multi-language instructions, and helpful maps so tourists can move around without confusion. Ticketing is also simple in both places, like tourists can buy tickets easily or use travel cards that work across buses, trains, and other transport modes. Real-time updates through apps and digital screens also help visitors plan their journey smoothly. Altogether, these features make Tokyo and Zurich very welcoming and easy for tourists to explore.
And for the contrast or differences, Zurich, rather than the Tokyo, Zurich is a smaller city with a lower population and less crowded network. For the technology use, we know that Tokyo is mostly popular among tourists, and this makes Zurich more focused on efficiency through the traffic detectors, induction loops, and also coordinate traffic lights. And for the payment or pays, Zurich, they use electronic ticket. There is can use in train, buses, and this make is, as we know that Tokyo is more popular among tourists, so it is less commercial use than Tokyo. So for the network complexity, Zurich is more simplified and more center system that operate mainly by ZPS or S-Bahn. And for the tourist experience, Zurich is easier to navigate because they has simpler roads, slow pace, and also highly organized.
Tokyo stands out because of its extremely large scale and very dense population, making it one of the busiest and most crowded transport systems in the world. The city's size and fast pace require a highly efficient and well-managed transport network to move millions of people every day. In terms of technology, Tokyo uses very advanced systems such as navigation robots, automated ticket gates, and artificial intelligence for crowd control. These technologies help manage the huge number of travelers and maintain smooth operations even during peak hours. Tokyo also offers a very convenient payment system where IC cards like Sushia and Pasmo are used widely across trains, buses, and even in shops and vending machines. This makes traveling faster and more convenient for both local and tourists. The transport network in Tokyo is also extremely complex with hundreds of train lines and many different transport operators. Although this provides excellent coverage, it can be confusing for first-time users. For tourists, Tokyo's transport system can feel overwhelming because of its size and overcrowded environment. But it is still very efficient, clean, and reliable, making it possible to travel around the city smoothly despite their complexity.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurwani Hazira binti Iskandar Zulkarnain. I will explain about question 2, which is how could Zurich develop its transport even more so that it is more user-friendly for tourists. So, first of all, enhance multilingual digital platforms. Zurich has a very advanced transport system. It gives real-time information through screens at stations, inside trams and buses, and through mobile apps. This helps many people travel easily, but for tourists, it can still be difficult because of the language. Not everyone understands German, and this can make using public transport confusing. One way to make it easier is by adding more languages. Important languages like English, Mandarin, Arabic, and Malay can be included on ticket machines, in the apps, and in announcements inside the trams and buses. This will help tourists from different countries understand what to do without asking for help. Another way to improve things is by giving clear directions everywhere. Signs at the stations, information screens on vehicles, and mobile apps can all show instructions in multiple languages. This will help tourists know exactly which tram, bus, or train to take. They won't have to worry about getting lost or going the wrong way. It is also important to make buying tickets and getting information easier. Many tourists find ticket machines confusing if they only show German instructions. By adding multiple languages, tourists can buy tickets quickly and check schedules without problems. Overall, improving multilingual digital platforms will make Zurich's transport system much easier to use for tourists. It will reduce stress, save time, and make visiting the city a much better experience. Next, promote eco-friendly and bicycle integration for tourists. Zurich encourages cycling, but many tourists may feel hesitant because they are not familiar with the city's road. One way to help them is by providing safe cycling routes specifically designed for tourists so they can explore the city without worrying about busy streets or confusing routes. Another improvement is to integrate bike rental payments into the same transport ticket used for trams and buses. This makes it easy for tourists to switch between different modes of transport without needing separate tickets or payment methods. Finally, offering step-by-step GPS guidance for cyclists through mobile apps would allow tourists to follow safe and clear routes, helping them navigate the city confidently while enjoying an active and eco-friendly way to travel. Next, introduce seamless tourist-friendly ticketing options. Although Zurich uses a consolidated ticketing system called VBZ, tourists can sometimes find it confusing because of the zones and unfamiliar price structures. To make traveling easier, the city could introduce an all-day unlimited tourist travel pass, which allows visitors to travel freely across all zones without worrying about fares or tickets. Another way to improve convenience is by allowing contactless card payments so tourists can simply tap and go without needing to understand the ticketing system. Additionally, QR code-based tourist tickets could be integrated with hotel check-in so visitors can start using public transport immediately after arrival without waiting in line or figuring out the machine. These improvements would simplify the process, save time, and make Zurich's transport system much more comfortable and user-friendly for tourists.
We also recommend establishing smart navigation flow lines. This involves adding continuous colored pathway from station entrances all the way to platforms and popular exits. These lines act like a visual guide that helps tourists move confidently without needing to check maps repeatedly. We also suggest using universal icons such as symbols for the lake, mountains, or trains to guide non-English speakers. By applying a stronger and more consistent color coding system, especially for each tramline, tourists will be able to follow routes more easily and avoid confusion. Moreover, we propose installing digital screens at major transit stations to show walking times to popular attractions. The unique part of this idea is that the timer updates automatically based on which exit the user chooses and the most efficient walking route. This helps tourists plan their journey instantly while also connecting attractions within a compact area, such as Old Town, Barn of Trust, and Lake Zurich, into one continuous and efficient sightseeing loop. Lastly, we suggest creating a unified tourist mobility pass. This would be a single contactless smart card that works across all transport modes, such as trams, buses, trains, and boats. A tourist version can also be offered, such as a 3-day or 5-day unlimited use pass, because it's reloadable and tap and go. Visitors will need to buy separate tickets, making the entire system more easier, especially for first-time traveler in Zurich.
Okay, as a conclusion, Zurich transport systems showcase how intelligent planning and technology can work together to create a more efficient, sustainable, and a user-friendly urban mobility experience. By prioritizing public transport, integrating digital tools, and discouraging car use, the city has successfully reduced congestion and improved service reliability. Zurich approach proved that with the right strategies, cities can transform their transport system to better serve both people and the environment.